How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Oh my gosh, excited. Thank you all who are rocking with me, coming out. Definitely appreciate you guys. Listen, I've been going live every day this week and for the next week leading up until the amazing event coming up. So let's get a couple of things housekeeping out the way. I got some great information, some great content today, and actually I'm can't wait to share it because one of the things that we know we need in anything we do in every day in every way is what the C word, confidence. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So first and foremost, everyone, hi, my name is Uche Anye Maple, and I provide leadership and professional development ship. I can't talk. Let's start over. Okay. So this is what you get when you're going live. There's no time to cut, edit. We doing this real time. All right. So hi, everyone. My name is Uche Maple, and I provide leadership and professional development consulting services to organizations that helps increase employee engagement and job satisfaction. I am also the founder of the Women Who Leap community, and our mission is to reach one, teach one about how you can leverage your gifts, ability, and knowledge to gain financial independence and, of course, overall well being. And I want to personally invite you all to come out and attend our masterclass, which is going to teach you how to leverage your knowledge, leverage your skills, leverage your abilities effectively so that you now have the options and opportunity to live your life on your terms. Yes, 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 yes. So in the comments, just let me know what state you're representing. And of course, any questions that you have. You guys like that music? You know, I love it. That's like my new intro and outro. I'm digging it. I'm loving it, and I'm really excited about it. So the team did an amazing job getting me something that I'm like, yeah, this is me. This is it. All right. So when I first started this on Monday, one of the things I talked about was limiting beliefs, what that means, how you can identify it, and I gave you actionable steps on how you can really silence, mitigate your inner critic. Okay. So here's what I want you. So what we're going to talk about today is 3 steps on how you can improve your confidence. I don't care what anybody say. We all need confidence in anything that we do. Listen, you need the confidence to just even show up at work every day to get dressed. You need to have confidence to just show up, period. So what we're going to talk about now is not only is it okay for you to just show up, we're going to talk about what you need to do to show out. And for those of us who are feeling discouraged, who are feeling like, I don't know if I can continue to do this, and you have a dream and you have an aspiration, what I want to do is just simply encourage you. And I'm going to give you 3 simple things on how you can do this. And just let me say this too. To get more information, you sign up for the masterclass. Because the first thing we understand is that whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. So if you are conceiving negative talk, you're going to achieve negative things, right? And there are really actionable ways that can help you not just eliminate it, because we all going to have that inner critic, but help you mitigate it so that you can always come up on top. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So 3 steps on how you can improve your confidence. The first thing is that we want to make sure that we can identify and challenge negative self-talk. So negative self-talk can significantly impact your confidence level. How many of us right now, we know that just even today, how much negative self-talk have you had to come back, had a battle? Like you had to talk against it. It's like that negative self-talk is there so much, you wake up swinging and fighting. Like it's been times where I've had to wake up. We call them night terrors. You call them nightmares. But I've had to wake up in the middle of the night and say, I rebuke you. I rebuke this. Either start praying, start saying affirmations or waking up my spouse and saying, I need you to pray with me and speak life into me. Because what I'm realizing more and more, the closer you are to having a major breakthrough in something, anything that's going to be life changing, the more your mindset is going to be on attack, and that negative self-talk is going to present itself in ways. And you are like, I don't even remember this showing up. But it's always like that because you're on the verge of changing who you are to who you're about to become. You're on the verge of cutting off or cutting through something that has been hindering you, that has had you in an abyss of hypnotic rhythm, which I also consider pretty much like a hypnosis. One of the best books that I have read, and I'm going to give this to you, is Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil. It is a great book because in there it talks about how one negative thought leads to another negative talk, leads to another negative talk. And then all of a sudden it's just layers. But in the book, it talks about how, it gives you tools on how you can help yourself and armor yourself so that when that happens, you know how to mitigate it that quickly and it's no longer taking control of your life. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so listen, I'll talk about this all day because I have been working on this mindset that has been kicking my butt, and I'm reading, learning, relearning, unlearning different ways and strategies that's going to help me and the people I love to move forward, because I definitely believe that each one of us have a mission and have a purpose in our lives. And all it takes is one person to ignite it so that you can be on your purpose and so that you can ignite someone else's. And confidence plays a key role in that. So, what did I just say? Negative self-talk can significantly impact your confidence level. It is essential. It is absolutely necessary to identify any negative thoughts or beliefs you have about yourself, and you challenge them with more positive and realistic self-talk. For those of you who are watching this and you're like, hey, Uche, I keep missing this. The only thing you need to do, so on YouTube, go to subscribe so that you can get notified. On LinkedIn, it's the same thing as well, where you can get notified. And I really don't know about Facebook yet. So I think you just got to be on there. But it is published when I am going live, and the time and the date for you to get a reminder so that you can be a witness, because we all need to have witness, right? And testimonies, because the goal is, if I say one thing that can change the direction of your life, the trajectory of your life, then I can honestly say that I've done my job. Yes, yes. Okay. So, it's Saturday and I'm loving it. All right. So what did I say is that you want to challenge that negative thoughts with more positive and more realistic self-talk. For instance, if you find yourself thinking about, I can't do this, you challenge that thought by asking yourself, why can't I do this? True story. When my kids was younger, especially when they were advancing into certain levels of mental fitness, and that could include where they were learning new things such as riding a bike or learning new words that required more practice, or even just when they were encountering challenges and they would say I can't, and we forbid them. We were like, can't is not a word that we use in this house. So we were planting that in them because we understand what, that the tongue is a very powerful tool, and what you put out there is actually what can happen, right? So we don't use that word in our household. It is unrealistic. It doesn't make sense. That word should have never been existed, but I'm going on a tantrum. So you challenge yourself by asking, why can't I do this? What are the actual facts that support this belief? And then you reframe negative thoughts into positive affirmations that can help improve your self-esteem and confidence, right? So some of you are like, well, Uche, that sounds good. How can I really do this? Okay, that sounds great. So are you telling me that I just have to challenge my mind? Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 more actionable steps that you can do. The first thing is keep a thought journal. Listen, we got too many technology here. If you write it down on paper, you can speak it on an app that records your voice. You can write it down. You can actually record it on something that can translate it into text. Listen, there's no reason why you can't keep a thought journal. And the reason why I said a thought journal, what are you thinking? Because you start by keeping a thought journal and writing down any negative thoughts. I just got through talking about this on Monday. Or beliefs you have about yourself. So the good news is that repetition, you repeat, and then eventually you're going to believe, and then you're going to act. I'm going to not say that again because that was a bar in itself. That was the truth. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, you're going to write down the thought and the situation that triggered it. Oof, that's a bar. You're going to write down the thought and the situation that triggered it. True fact. True fact. When I found myself, this is when I first had kids, when I will get overwhelmed, the trigger, like when that happened, and I didn't realize this till years later, the trigger would be where I would go and get something to eat. Like for me, it was chips. I knew I was a chip person, but it was emotionally. And then it wasn't until years later when I found myself with this horrible habit of going to the cabinet and getting some chips. I was like, what is this? And I just became aware that I was being triggered when I would get overwhelmed. And that's important because for you to be aware of it, you need to be aware of what's happening so that you can change it and fix it. All right. So you review your journal regularly and you look for patterns or recurring negative thoughts. This can help identify those triggers and situations that tend to bring up negative self-talk. What you guys are going to have to do today, because today is so fire. My husband tells me to woosah. He be like, calm down when I get excited. I get excited because when the information is so good, and I'm like, all you got to do is practice it, because we know that it doesn't, when you need to change a habit, people say 21 days. I'm going to tell you this. It took me 6 months to change one habit. And even then I had to practice it, because just like it's how long it takes for you to develop the habit, it could take longer. The point is that we have to be aware of it and be willing to do what it takes to break it at all costs. All right. The second way that on how you can identify and challenge negative self-talk is you challenge your negative thoughts. Come on. Once you've identified your thoughts, you challenge them by asking yourself, are they realistic? Are they based on facts? Because often negative self-talk is not based on reality, but rather on what? Distorted. I'm going to say that again. Distorted perceptions of past experience. Ooh. How many of us, because of something that happened in the past, it became our reality, but it was only a perception? Hello. Reframing negative thoughts into more positive, realistic ones can help improve your confidence and self-esteem. Do you guys understand what kind of bar that was? It was a bar. Oof. The third thing is you need to practice self-compassion. This is why I am on my empathy belief. Is one thing that I have learned for the last 7 years is that empathy is a very powerful tool. It's a very, very powerful tool. And we need to not only do it for others, but we need to have it for ourselves, right? So it is essential to practice self-compassion and treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Instead of belittling yourself, berating yourself for negative self-talk, try to approach yourself with the same empathy. Hold on. I need you to listen very closely. Try to approach yourself with the same empathy and compassion you would offer a friend. Remind yourself that your negative self-thoughts are a natural. Remind yourself that the negativity that you are giving yourself is part of being human. And that it's okay to make mistakes or have moments of self doubt. Give yourself encouraging words and support, and try to reframe your negative thoughts into more positive and supportive self talk. Out of everything that I'm going to talk about today, the practice of compassion is really one of the most critical. We often think that, when we make mistakes, because the reason why, if I'm sounding emotional is because we have to forgive ourselves. And it is hard to do that. We are harder on ourselves than anyone else. So in spite of, when we make mistakes and people are coming down on us, people need to understand that we are going to be harder on ourselves. And that can look like being defensive. That can look like being angry. That can be a plethora of emotions. But for ourselves, I am going to implore you that you are a human being and that you're going to make mistakes and you're going to have moments of self-doubt. Give yourself some empathy and compassion, just like you would give someone else. Yes, yes. Okay. So the second step on how you can improve self-confidence. I told you guys this was going to be good today because I was, listen, I was working hard on trying to get some content that was applicable to what is going on with us in the world today. And above all, please like, share, comment this. This could be helpful for someone who needs to be encouraged today, to be reassured today, to know that they are not alone today. Give this to them because this is for them. Yes, I am a servant leader. Everything I talk about is not for me. I do believe my mission in life is to help people see light in the midst of darkness. It's for people to understand that you're not alone. And above all, that your knowledge is your currency. You are amazing in what you have. You just need to activate it. Activate what makes you unique and go and give it to the world because your one act is going to help millions. All right. So the second thing is you want to, the second step to improve your confidence. Let me see. The second step to improve your confidence is set achievable goals. Not these huge goals because they can be overwhelming. Even as I'm saying, I'm like, oh, this is so huge. But set achievable goals because setting achievable goals can help you build confidence by providing you with a sense of accomplishment when you achieve them. It's important to set goals that are very specific, measurable, and realistic, right? You break them down. Here's the key. Because a lot of us don't do this. You break them down. You break down the larger goals into smaller, more manageable ones. And then you celebrate your progress along the way. Because even accomplishing even the small goals can help you build momentum and confidence in yourself and abilities. Yes. So when in 2015, I tell this story all the time because 2015, I had been in a workplace for about 15 years. In 2015, that was like when I had my life changing moment. I'm hitting everything. That was when my life changed. It was when the former Uche was giving birth to the new Uche. Like, I mean, and I had been maturing over the years, but this was a defining moment when I realized of when my knowledge my became activated. And it was simply because I got into this 6 month leadership program, and the coach that I had sort of like unlocked. It was like, Pandora box, but in a good way. Unlocked this box that allowed me to see the brilliance that I had kept hidden. And ever since then, everything that I have done has really been intentional, and it gets more intentional right over the years. But it just shifted because all it took was that one person. And as a result of her opening the box to help me see the brilliance, it allowed me to be able to unlock the box of my children, and to speak life into my spouse. It was a difference. Now, I was always a person who saw everything the glass half full. But when you seeing the glass half full is different than when you are speaking life into someone. Because now you are planting the seeds, not of who they are today, but who they can potentially be in the future. Yes, yes. Okay. So set achievable goals that can help you build the momentum and confidence in yourself and abilities. So first thing is you want to make your goals very specific, right? The more specific your goals are, the easier it is for you to achieve them, and be clear about what you want to accomplish. A lot of us don't do anything because our goals are unclear. Let me just say that a lot of us don't do anything because our goals are unclear, right? If you want to, which is what the masterclass is going to be about. You want to have a startup, right? You want to start a business. You want to start a tax business. You want to get paid as a speaker. You want to be able to host workshops based on the knowledge that you have. You want to open up a beauty salon, whatever it is, right? Because you haven't made them actionable and small, it can become overwhelming. So you end up doing nothing. And you end up talking, and 2 years later, you're still talking the same thing. Listen, I am not trying to step on anybody's toes right now, but how many of you are still talking that same talk that you talked 2 years ago, or a year ago, or 6 months ago, and you haven't done anything? And when you get around people, you still saying, you know what, I'm about to. And they like, yeah, I know. Hello. Okay, just saying. Just saying. So you want to make them very specific. So for instance, instead of setting a goal to get in shape, I'm like, oh, I'm about to get in shape this year. What does that even mean? You could set a goal that I want to lose 10% of fat within the next 6 months, right? Or you could say I want to run a 5K in the next 6 months. But the point is that by making your goals specific, you know exactly what you need to do to achieve them. The second thing is that you want to break down your goals into smaller steps. Achieving big goals can be overwhelming, but breaking them down into smaller steps can be more manageable. And you divide those goals into smaller, achievable tasks that you can work on daily or weekly. So here's a prime example. If your goal is to write a book, you break it down into smaller tasks like write 30 days, 30 minutes every day. Yes? Or research for an hour every week. And then you complete the first chapter by the end of the month. By breaking your goals down into smaller steps, you feel less overwhelmed and more motivated to keep doing that. So I can definitely say this is true. When I wrote my first book, I don't have it here. The keys to being brilliant is resilient. That was, and it was an anthology where it was a group of us writing. That was one of the methods that I used. And then the second book I want to say is Bitter Not Better, which is out now. Well, it just came out, so I'm going to let everyone know when it's officially out where you can order. This book almost did not come to be. Let me just say that, because I tried. I was like, I got to write this book. But the reality is that I did not have it set in achievable goals. And the publisher, who is phenomenal. Let me say this, phenomenal. It was so much so that this book almost didn't get published. And she was like, no. And she helped me along the way. And she helped set these goals into smaller steps for me so that I am now another author of Better Not Bitter: True Stories of Stoicism, Stability, and Success. So, my point being is that sometimes when you can't do it, you need to find someone else who can. And if people are offering to help you, don't don't allow your pride to stop you or to stop what could be because someone is offering help. Yes, yes. All right. And the third thing in terms of the third step point in terms of setting achievable goals is you need to set realistic deadlines. Because I know a lot of our deadlines are so unrealistic. make make them realistic, okay? And you can do this by because setting realistic deadlines is essential for achieving your goals. If you set a deadline that's too far in the future, you're going to lose motivation or you're going to forget about it altogether. How many of us? That's me. I'm like, dang, I forgot I said I was going to do that. I forgot about it. And on the other hand, if you set a deadline that's too soon, you may not have enough time to complete your task. So you're like, oh my gosh, I said I was going to do that this week. Oh my, I haven't done anything yet. So you want to set a deadline that's challenging but achievable, and to be sure to factor in any potential obstacles. Just like, if you got to work, if you're going into work, or if you're working on your side business, or if you're traveling, or if you're doing stuff with the family, you want to just make sure you put that in the schedule and review your progress regularly and adjust your deadlines as necessary. What I like to do is I in my phone I have where I take notes, and I'm always, every time a thought comes up, I'm like writing it down. I'll write it down in there. And what I like to do is to use the check mark when I get it done, and I'm like, whoa, I was able to do all this. Like, I get really excited, and it's like a sense of accomplishment as well. So the point is that just make sure that your goals are achievable, because that does build into improving your overall confidence. And I cannot stress this enough. When you are trying to do something that you've never done before, or to be somebody who you've never been, that confidence is going to play a key. And when I started my business in 2019, I had no idea what it was going to be. I had no idea what it was going to take. And I will say probably the first year I experienced burnt out because I was still working my full-time job. And as a result of that, it was discouraging. It's already discouraging because you're embarking on something new, but it's even more discouraging because you're overwhelmed and there is no plan or logic into what you're doing. And I was just doing. So my point is that as you are embarking into your next, into your about to be, into what you're doing now, you want to make sure that you become disciplined. And that's a whole nother topic that I'm going to bring in there, that you become disciplined so that you can gain the confidence to activate your superpower, and therefore you can reach one and teach one. Yes, 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 yes. All right, let me see what's going on, because people commenting. Yes, yes. Oh, so Katina, you said, what's the name of the book? Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry, because I'm going to put it in comments, the name of the book, so that you can be able to see it. And I'll put it in comments for you so that you'll be able to see it. And I didn't, you know what? I'm up here talking about the name of the book. I didn't realize that if it's not, oh, okay. So look. Bitter Not Better. You see that? It's on Amazon, by the way. It's on Amazon, by the way. And if you just search my name, Uche Anye Maple, all of my books that I have, it'll come up. No problem. Hey, Katina. Hey, Mecca. How you guys doing? So The third point that I'm going to talk about is that is essential is to build confidence is practicing self-care. So I talked about the first, right? I talked about the first part, which was being able to identify negative talk, and I talked about practicing self-compassion. Now I'm talking about the third thing is in order to improve your confidence, the third point is practice self-care. Self-care is essential for building confidence. You want to take care of your physical and emotional health by getting enough sleep. Hello. Eating, exercising regularly, and really just taking time for yourself. Listen, I can tell you this. When I found myself in the hospital in 2021 in May, and when I came back to work after I had took a time off, and when people were giving me status about, hey, Uche, this is what you missed. And it was like everything that it was like I was in a Charlie Brown cartoon on TV because it was like want. I was like, I don't even know what they're saying. Like my brain was like not processing what people were saying to me. And I remember going to my office and I said, okay, let me just take a chill pill. And then someone knocked. They was like, hey, glad to have you back. But as soon as they started giving me status again, I couldn't process it. I was like, what the H is going on? What is going on? And that's when I knew that it was time for me to retire. I think I am very blessed that I was able to have options. And I didn't realize this until one of my colleagues, when I had sent out an email and I had said, this is going to be my last week. And my colleagues were emailing me, but it was one person, and what he said really was very thought provoking to me. He said, I applaud you for leaving to take care of yourself and to be here for your family. He said, because a lot of us don't have options and we have to work sick. And I was like, and I let that sit in. Like I sat in that comment because I know, I understand, and I was just internally expressing gratitude that I was able to have the option to do so. Yes, yes. Which is how the Women Who Leap community came up, which is why I am a strong advocate that we need to be able to create our own income outside of our 9 to 5. It allows us to have more options because nobody should have to work sick. It's a choice, but there's so many options now that are really available to us. We just have to know how to be able to take advantage of it, which is why I'm holding a masterclass that you need to make sure you sign up for, which is in the comments field. And I want y'all to sign up for it. Okay, so the third point of practicing self-care, I talked about this, is that when you feel good physically and emotionally, you're more likely to feel confident in yourself and abilities. And that's absolutely true. If anyone tell you that it's not, they're lying to you, because that's a lie. So when you take care of your physical health, one of the most important aspects of self-care is taking care of your physical health. Means getting enough sleep, eating a healthy and balanced diet, and exercising regularly. And you want to make sure you prioritize activities that help you maintain physical wellness, such as going outside for a walk, practicing yoga. Everybody said I was practicing yoga, right? I love Pilates. Ooh, I'm a Pilates chick. When I tell you Pilates will have you lean and flexible, I cannot wait to get back into Pilates. Okay, sorry, that was a divergent. I diverged for a second. Excuse me. But it is, and taking care of the body can help improve your mental and overall just emotional well-being. It has been proven, and you let me know, right? Because I know for me, when I go and work out and exercise and I come back, I'm like in a different mindset, a different space. We need that to be able to practice self-care. Okay, so the second point of that is you want to take time for yourself. It is important for you to take time for yourself and to relax and recharge. This can involve doing things that you enjoy, such as reading a book, taking a bath, watching a movie. You want to make sure that you carve out time in your schedule to do things that brings you joy and make you feel refreshed. If you're ever feeling stressed or overwhelmed, consider taking a mental health day or scheduling a day off to rest and recharge. I strongly advocate for that. You wonder why when you go into work, people upset, they snappy because they need a day off. They need to take time and recharge. And it's even more important now than ever that people are doing that. And you should consider doing that too. And then one of the most important things besides having self-compassion is you want to make sure you surround yourself with positive people. I do not do well with negative people at all. I can tell you that I do not. I literally would turn my brain off and just remove myself from that environment. I have been around negative talk early in my childhood, and I refuse to put myself in any situation where it's around. Yes. So the people you spend time with can have a significant impact on your well-being. So you want to surround yourself with positive and supportive people who encourage you and uplift you. Spend time with friends and family members who make you feel good about yourself and your life. And your life. Facts. That's just gold right there. Avoid people who bring negativity or drama into your life, as this can contribute to stress and anxiety. Remember, it is okay to set boundaries and prioritize your own well being. They didn't say it was going to be easy, but if you want to improve your confidence, you take some notes here because that's the key, right? You're here because you're like, I want to learn how to improve my confidence. No one said it was going to be easy. It is going to be challenging and it can be difficult. But again, if you're looking to improve your confidence, you're going to take some of these actionable steps and do them. So remember, gaining confidence is a journey. I've said this. It's not something that you're going to do today and you practice this all week and now you just like, oh, my confidence is good. No, it takes time and effort, but it's well worth the investment in yourself. So go ahead, take a chance and believe in you. With hard work, and we know this, what the mind can conceive, it can achieve. You can do anything you set your mind to. And above all, embrace the process of building your confidence and never forget that you are capable of achieving great things. Yes, yes. All right, everyone, thank you for joining me. This was so good. I definitely appreciate you guys joining me. And every comments, again, are always answered within the next few hours. Thank you for being here. And above all, remember, I'm going live every day until the masterclass. So join me tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. on the Women Who Leap Network. I'm Uche Anye. I'm Uche Anye Maple. So until next time, keep moving, keep striving, and keep breaking boundaries. Enjoy your Saturday, y'all. Bye.